Have you ever gone to bed feeling tired only to wake up again and again because you need to use the bathroom? For many older adults, this happens every single night. You finally fall asleep and then your bladder wakes you up. Sometimes 2 times, sometimes 4 or 5. This constant waking up at night is more than just annoying. It steals your deep sleep, leaves you exhausted the next day, and can even increase the risk of falls when walking to the bathroom in the dark. Many seniors think it's just part of getting older. But here's the truth. In many cases, the problem is not age itself, it's how and when we drink water. Yes, something as simple as your drinking habits can make the difference between a restful night and a night full of interruptions. The good news is that you don't need expensive medicine or complicated routines. With just a few simple changes in how you drink water, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips, protect your health, and finally enjoy a full night's sleep again. Stay with me because in this video I'll show you exactly how to do it. So now you understand the problem. Waking up at night to pee is not only frustrating, it can also affect your health in many ways. The big question is, what can we actually do about it? How can we drink water the right way so our body stays healthy, but our nights stay quiet and restful? That's exactly what we're going to talk about next. I'll share with you the most important habits for drinking water during the day, and I'll also show you the mistakes many people make in the evening. Once you understand these habits, you'll see that small changes can make a huge difference. But before we dive in, let me ask you a quick favor. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button. It really supports the channel and helps us reach more people who need this advice. And if you want more simple tips to protect your health every day, make sure to subscribe to Daily Wellness Focus. That way you'll never miss the next video. Alright, let's get started with the first key habit, and discover how to drink water the smart way. Point 1. Drink enough water during the day, but spread it out. Many older adults worry about drinking water. Some people are afraid that if they drink too much, they will spend the night running to the bathroom. Because of this, they start to avoid water or they drink very little during the day. At first, this may seem like a smart idea. Less water means fewer trips to the bathroom, right? But the truth is very different. When your body does not get enough water, it suffers. Water is not just a drink. It is the foundation of almost every function inside your body. Your blood needs water to flow smoothly. Your kidneys need water to filter waste. Your joints need water to stay flexible. Even your brain needs water to think clearly. Without enough water, you feel tired, dizzy, and weak. That is why drinking enough water every day is so important, especially for seniors. Most adults need about 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. For some people, this may be a little less. For others, it may be a little more. The exact number depends on your body, your activity level, and the weather. But the key idea is simple. Your body needs steady hydration to stay healthy. Now here is the secret. The problem is not usually the amount of water, but the timing. Many older adults drink almost nothing during the morning and afternoon. Then in the evening they suddenly feel thirsty and drink 2 or 3 glasses of water. That big load of water goes straight to the bladder. The result? You wake up at night, sometimes several times, to go pee. The solution is to spread your water intake throughout the day. Think of your body like a garden. If you pour all the water at once in the evening, the soil cannot absorb it and most of it runs off. But if you water the garden slowly, a little at a time, the plants absorb the moisture and stay healthy all day. Your body works the same way. Let's break this down with a simple routine. In the morning, right after waking up, drink 1 glass of warm water. This helps your body rehydrate after a night of sleep. It also wakes up your digestion. Then, with breakfast, have half a glass or 1 small glass. Do the same with lunch and dinner. Between meals, sip a little water when you feel thirsty. By doing this, you may drink 6 to 8 glasses in total, but your body will handle it easily. Your kidneys will filter the water gradually, and your bladder will not be overwhelmed. You stay hydrated, but you avoid those heavy nighttime trips to the bathroom. Another tip is to carry a small water bottle with you. Many seniors forget to drink because they simply don't think about it. If you have water near you, it becomes natural to take small sips during the day. Even just 2 or 3 mouthfuls every hour can add up to the right amount without stressing your bladder. It is also important to listen to your body. Thirst is a signal, but sometimes the body of an older person does not send strong signals anymore. You may not feel thirsty even when your body actually needs water. That is why it helps to create a habit. For example, drink a glass after brushing your teeth in the morning. Drink another glass when you take your medicine. These small routines remind your body and keep you hydrated. What about other drinks like juice, milk, or soup? These also count as fluids. But plain water is still the best choice. It has no sugar, no calories, and no side effects. Try to make water your main drink, and use other drinks only as a bonus. Now let's talk about the risks of drinking too little water. When your body is dehydrated, your urine becomes darker and your kidneys have to work harder. Over time, this increases the chance of kidney stones or urinary infections. Your blood pressure can also become unstable and your skin may feel dry and itchy. Some seniors even confuse dehydration with memory problems, because lack of water makes it hard for the brain to focus. On the other hand, drinking too much water at one time is also not healthy. If you drink 2 or 3 big glasses in a row, your kidneys cannot keep up and your bladder fills quickly. This is exactly what leads to nighttime trips. So the balance is not drink less. The balance is drink enough but spread it out. Here is an easy schedule you can try. 1 glass after waking up. Half a glass with breakfast. 1 glass mid-morning. Half a glass with lunch. 1 glass mid-afternoon. Half a glass with dinner. A few small sips in the evening if you feel thirsty. This way you reach your daily total but you avoid overwhelming your bladder at night. Think about it like this. Your body is like a machine that runs all day. Machines need steady oil to keep running smoothly. If you pour all the oil in at once, it leaks and causes trouble. But if you keep the machine well oiled throughout the day, it runs without problems. That is what spreading out your water does for you. So, the first and most important habit is clear. Do not be afraid of water. Do not cut water out of your life. Instead, make water your friend. Drink enough every day but let your body handle it in small amounts. With this habit, you protect your health, keep your energy high, and sleep more peacefully at night. Point 2. Limit water intake 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Drinking enough water during the day is important, but drinking at the right time is even more important. One of the biggest mistakes many older adults make is drinking a lot of water right before going to bed. This habit almost always leads to multiple bathroom trips during the night. Your kidneys work non-stop. They filter your blood day and night. When you drink a large amount of water 1 or 2 hours before sleep, your bladder quickly fills up. Even if your body is ready for deep rest, your bladder will interrupt. The signal to get up is strong. You may be in your warm bed but your body forces you to walk to the bathroom. This happens once, then again, and sometimes 3 or 4 times. That is why limiting water intake about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime is such a powerful habit. This does not mean you should avoid water completely in the evening. It means you should slow down and give your body enough time to process the fluids before you lie down. Think of it like preparing for a journey. Before you take a long trip, you check your fuel, your car, and your route. In the same way, before sleep, you want your body to be calm and ready. A bladder that is too full is like carrying extra baggage. It will not let you rest. Let's look at an example. Imagine a man who has dinner at 7 p.m. At 9:30 p.m., just before bed, he feels thirsty and drinks 2 full glasses of water. He lies down at 10 p.m. At 12:30 a.m., his bladder wakes him up. At 3 a.m. it happens again. By morning he feels tired and weak. The water was healthy but the timing ruined his sleep. Now picture the same man with a new routine. He drinks most of his water between morning and afternoon. At dinner he has half a glass, enough to stay comfortable. After dinner he only takes small sips if he feels dry. By 8 p.m. he stops drinking much water. When bedtime comes at 10 p.m., his bladder is not overloaded. He may wake up once or maybe not at all. In the morning he feels rested. The difference is clear. Food also plays a role. Soups, broths, and watery fruits are common in the evening. They are healthy but they also add liquid. If you often wake up at night, check what you eat in the 2 to 3 hours before bed. Even a bowl of soup or a slice of watermelon can act like a big drink of water for your bladder. To make this habit easy, set a rule for yourself. Tell your mind, 2 to 3 hours before bed, I will only sip small amounts of water if I am really thirsty. That one decision can change your nights. If your mouth feels dry, a sip or 2 is enough. You do not need a full glass. Often, thirst before bed is just a dry mouth, not true dehydration. Limiting water before bed also protects you from accidents. Every time you wake up and walk in the dark, you take a risk. Many older adults stumble, slip, or lose balance at night. A fall can lead to broken bones or other serious injuries. By reducing bathroom trips, you reduce danger. Sleep becomes safer as well as deeper. What if you feel very thirsty at night? In that case, think about your whole day. Feeling thirsty before bed usually means you did not drink enough earlier. The solution is not to load water right before sleep. The solution is to shift your water schedule. Drink more in the morning. Drink more in the afternoon. Drink steadily through the day. By evening, your body should already be hydrated. That way you will not crave water at night. Dinner choices also matter. Salty meals make you thirsty. Salt pulls water from your cells and makes your body demand more fluid. If you eat a heavy, salty dinner, you will likely want to drink extra before bed. This increases the chance of waking up. Choosing lighter and less salty meals at dinner helps reduce that cycle. Let's see another example. A woman enjoys a salty dinner at 7:30 p.m. and drinks 2 glasses of water with it. At 10:30 p.m., just before sleep, she feels dry again and drinks 1 more glass. That night, she wakes up 3 times. She feels groggy in the morning. But when she changes her meal to lighter food with less salt, and limits water after 8 p.m., her sleep improves. She may still wake up once but not multiple times. So the principle is simple. Drink enough water during the day. Hydrate your body well before the evening. But slow down your drinking 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Allow your body to process the fluids before you rest. In short, more water in the morning, steady water in the afternoon, less water close to bedtime. With this habit, your bladder rests while you rest. You wake up fewer times. You sleep longer, deeper, and safer. Your mornings feel lighter. Your energy feels stronger. And all it takes is shifting your drinking schedule. Point 3. Avoid diuretic drinks in the late afternoon and evening. When we think about water and nighttime trips to the bathroom, most of us only think about plain water. But the truth is, not all drinks are equal. Some drinks have a strong effect on the kidneys and the bladder. They make your body produce more urine than normal. These are called diuretic drinks. If you have them in the late afternoon or evening, they almost guarantee that you will wake up at night. So what are these drinks? The most common ones are coffee, tea, alcohol, and sodas. Some fruit juices can also have a mild diuretic effect, but coffee, tea, and alcohol are the main triggers. Let's look at each one. Coffee is a favorite drink for many people. It gives energy, improves focus, and helps fight sleepiness. But coffee contains caffeine, and caffeine is a diuretic. That means it stimulates your kidneys to make more urine. If you drink a cup of coffee in the late afternoon, your bladder may become more active for hours. By the time you go to bed, you may feel the need to urinate more than once. Tea is another drink that many seniors love. Green tea, black tea, or even some herbal teas contain caffeine. Even though the amount of caffeine in tea is usually less than coffee, it is still enough to affect your bladder. Drinking tea at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. may seem harmless, but for many people it creates a restless night. Alcohol is also a strong diuretic. Beer, wine, whiskey, and other forms of alcohol all make the kidneys push out more water. You may notice that after drinking alcohol, you go to the bathroom more often. This effect lasts even after you go to sleep. That is one reason why many people who drink alcohol at night wake up multiple times. Alcohol also disrupts sleep quality. So, even if you sleep for several hours, the rest is not as deep. Sodas and sugary drinks are another issue. Many sodas contain caffeine, and almost all contain sugar. The caffeine acts like a diuretic, and the sugar increases thirst later, making you drink even more. This combination keeps your bladder busy when you should be resting. Now let's talk about the hidden effect of these drinks. It is not just about making more urine. They also irritate the bladder. A bladder that is irritated sends signals more often, even when it is not completely full. That means you may feel the urge to urinate even with small amounts of liquid inside. Imagine trying to sleep when your bladder keeps giving you false alarms. It is not only frustrating, it is exhausting. What can you do instead? The solution is simple. If you enjoy coffee or tea, have them earlier in the day. A cup in the morning is fine for most people. Even 1 cup at lunchtime may be okay. But avoid them after 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. That gives your body enough time to process the caffeine and the extra liquid before bedtime. If you enjoy tea in the evening, choose caffeine-free herbal teas. Chamomile, peppermint, or ginger tea can be calming. These drinks do not contain caffeine, and they can actually help you relax before bed. But make sure to keep the portion small. A large mug of any liquid before sleep can still send you to the bathroom. When it comes to alcohol, the safest choice is to limit it altogether, especially at night. If you do drink occasionally, try to have it earlier with dinner, not right before bed. And drink a small glass of water with it to balance hydration, but not too much. For sodas, the best choice is to cut them out. They do not provide real nutrition, they add sugar, and they disturb both your bladder and your sleep. If you crave something fizzy, try sparkling water earlier in the day. But again, avoid it in the evening. Let's look at a simple example. A man enjoys 2 cups of coffee. The first one at 8 a.m., the second one at 4 p.m. At night, he finds himself waking up twice. When he changes the second cup to 1 p.m. instead of 4 p.m., his nights improve. He still enjoys his coffee, but he no longer loses sleep. Here's another example. A woman enjoys green tea at 7 p.m. She loves the taste, but she wakes up 3 times that night. When she switches to chamomile tea at 7 p.m., she relaxes, falls asleep peacefully, and only wakes up once. The change seems small, but the result is big. The main idea is clear. Drinks that stimulate the bladder have to be avoided in the late afternoon and evening. You do not need to give up everything you love. You just need to shift the timing and make better choices. It may take a few days for your body to adjust. If you are used to an evening coffee, your body will miss it at first. But after a week, you will notice deeper sleep, fewer bathroom trips, and more energy in the morning. That trade is worth it. So the third key habit is this. Avoid diuretic drinks late in the day. Save your coffee and tea for the morning and early afternoon. Skip the alcohol and sodas at night. Choose calming, caffeine-free drinks if you want something warm before bed. By following this habit, you protect your bladder from irritation, you reduce extra urine production, and you give yourself the chance to sleep without interruptions. Combine this with drinking enough water in the day and limiting water before bed, and you will see a big change in your nights. Remember, good sleep is not just about your pillow or your mattress. It is also about your habits. What you drink and when you drink it shapes your night more than you realize. Choose wisely and your body will thank you. Point 4. Build the habit of using the bathroom before sleep. One of the simplest yet most powerful habits to reduce nighttime bathroom trips is making sure you empty your bladder right before you go to bed. It sounds basic, but many people, especially older adults, forget to do this regularly. Sometimes you might sit down to watch TV, read a book, or chat with family, and then go straight to bed without that final bathroom visit. The result is predictable. Within 1 or 2 hours of falling asleep, your bladder signals again and your sleep gets interrupted. Creating a routine around this habit can make a huge difference. When you consistently empty your bladder before sleep, you give your body the best chance to rest undisturbed for several hours. Even if your kidneys continue producing some urine during the night, starting with an empty bladder means you'll last longer before feeling the urge. Think of it like preparing your bedroom for rest. Just as you dim the lights, adjust the temperature, and get into comfortable clothes, you should also take care of your bladder. It's part of a healthy bedtime ritual. By linking this step with your nightly routine, it becomes automatic so you never forget. Another tip is to plan your evening so you are not rushing. Many seniors drink water or tea while watching TV and then immediately fall asleep on the couch or head straight to bed. In this case, they often skip the bathroom. A simple change can fix this. About 15 to 20 minutes before bedtime, pause your activities, go to the bathroom, and make sure your bladder is empty. This short step can save you hours of sleep later. If you are someone who wakes up several times per night, you may even benefit from a double voiding technique. This means you go to the bathroom once, then relax for a few minutes, maybe brush your teeth or prepare your room, and then go again. Sometimes the bladder does not empty completely the first time. By giving it a second chance, you reduce leftover urine, which lowers the chance of waking up too soon. Some older adults also feel embarrassed or think it's unnecessary to be so strict with their routine. But here's the truth. Quality sleep is one of the most important parts of good health. When you get deep, uninterrupted rest, your body repairs itself, your memory works better, and your mood improves. Losing that sleep because of skipped bathroom habits is simply not worth it. Training this habit is also about consistency. You can use small reminders like placing a note near your bed or setting a gentle phone alarm 30 minutes before sleep. Over time, your brain will link bedtime with bathroom visit, and you won't even have to think about it. Habits are powerful because they run on autopilot. Once established, they don't require willpower, they just happen. It's also helpful to create a calm environment in the bathroom at night. Keep the path clear of obstacles. Use a night light if needed, and make sure the toilet area feels safe and easy to access. When everything is simple, you will be more motivated to practice this habit without resistance. For caregivers, encouraging older family members to use the bathroom before bed can be a small act that makes a big impact. Sometimes seniors resist because they don't want to be told what to do, but explaining the benefits gently can help. Remind them that this small step is not about control, but about protecting their rest and reducing risks. Finally, remember that one habit alone cannot solve every problem, but combined with other strategies, like drinking enough during the day, limiting late fluids, and avoiding diuretics in the evening, this step becomes very effective. Think of it as part of a bigger picture. Each habit works together to protect your sleep. So tonight, when you prepare for bed, don't just think about brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. Make it a rule: always empty your bladder before lying down. Over time, this simple practice can lead to calmer nights, fewer interruptions, and healthier mornings. Your body needs rest. Your brain needs rest. And your bladder will cooperate much better if you take 2 minutes to train this nightly habit. Point 5. Stay active and strengthen your bladder health. Staying physically active is one of the best ways to improve your overall health, and it also plays an important role in bladder function. Many people don't realize that exercise can directly affect how well the bladder works. A strong body supports a strong bladder, while a weak or inactive body often struggles with bladder control. When you move your body every day, you improve blood flow, boost metabolism, and help regulate your hormones. All of these changes support better bladder function. Exercise also helps with weight control. Carrying extra weight puts pressure on the bladder and pelvic muscles, which can make nighttime urination worse. Even losing a small amount of weight can reduce bladder pressure and give you more control. Simple daily activity makes a difference. Walking, stretching, light yoga, or gentle resistance training can all help. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. What matters most is consistency. Try to move your body every day, even if it's just a 20-minute walk around your neighborhood. Another important part of bladder health is strengthening the pelvic floor muscles. These are the muscles that support the bladder, uterus, and bowels. When these muscles are strong, you can hold urine longer and reduce urgency. When they are weak, leaks and frequent trips to the bathroom become common. Pelvic floor exercises, often called Kegel exercises, are very effective. To do them, you contract the muscles you would use to stop the flow of urine, hold for a few seconds, then relax. Repeat this process several times in a row, and practice a few sets each day. Over time, these exercises improve bladder control and help you last longer before needing the bathroom at night. For seniors, gentle physical activity is especially important. As we age, muscle mass decreases, and the pelvic floor is no exception. Without regular use, it weakens. The good news is that muscles can be trained at any age. Even if you are in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you can strengthen your pelvic floor and improve your bladder health. Exercise also benefits the nervous system. The bladder is controlled by nerves that signal when it's time to go. Regular activity improves nerve function, which makes those signals more accurate. Instead of feeling sudden, urgent urges, your bladder sends clearer, more gradual messages. This gives you more control and reduces stress. Stress itself can also make bladder problems worse. When you feel anxious, your body produces stress hormones that affect the bladder. Exercise is one of the most natural ways to lower stress and improve mood. A calm body and mind usually lead to calmer bladder activity. It's also worth mentioning that physical activity improves sleep. People who exercise during the day often fall asleep faster and sleep deeper at night. Better sleep makes your body less sensitive to small bladder signals, so you are less likely to wake up unnecessarily. If you have mobility challenges, don't worry. Chair exercises, light stretches, or even standing up and sitting down several times can still provide benefits. The key is to find movement that matches your ability and stay consistent with it. In addition to exercise, bladder training is another way to improve control. This involves gradually teaching your bladder to hold urine for longer periods. For example, if you usually feel the urge every 2 hours, try waiting an extra 10 minutes before going. Over time, this practice strengthens the bladder's capacity and reduces the frequency of nighttime trips. Healthy habits also support bladder strength. Stay hydrated during the day but avoid overdrinking in the evening. Eat foods rich in fiber to prevent constipation, because constipation can put extra pressure on the bladder. Avoid smoking as it irritates the bladder lining and weakens pelvic support. Remember, your bladder is a muscle-driven organ. Just like your arms or legs, it responds to training and care. The more you move, the better it works. The stronger your pelvic floor, the more control you have. The calmer your body, the less stress on your system. All these factors combine to give you longer, deeper sleep without interruptions. So, if you want fewer nighttime bathroom trips, make exercise a part of your daily life. Walk a little, stretch a little, practice your pelvic floor exercises, and breathe deeply to reduce stress. Small steps build big results. Your bladder health depends not just on what you drink but on how you live. Stay active, stay strong, and train your bladder just like you train any other muscle. The payoff is better sleep, more energy, and greater independence. Point 6. When to see a doctor. It is normal to wake up once in a while to use the bathroom at night. But if the problem happens too often, it may be a sign that you need medical attention. Knowing when to see a doctor is very important. It helps prevent small problems from becoming serious health issues. The first sign that you should visit a doctor is frequency. If you wake up 2 or more times every night to urinate, it is not just a lifestyle habit. It may be nocturia, which means frequent nighttime urination. This condition can have many causes, and only a doctor can identify them properly. Another warning sign is urgency. If you feel a strong, sudden need to urinate that is hard to control, you should not ignore it. Urgency often points to bladder irritation or overactive bladder. It can also be connected to infections or neurological issues. Pain is another red flag. Urination should not be painful. If you feel burning, stinging, or pressure in the bladder area, you may have a urinary tract infection. In older adults, urinary infections can sometimes cause confusion, fever, or weakness. These symptoms should never be ignored. Blood in the urine is a serious sign. Even a small amount of blood should be checked right away. Blood in urine can come from infections, kidney stones, or more serious conditions like bladder or kidney cancer. Early detection makes treatment much easier and more effective. Changes in urine color or smell can also signal problems. Dark, cloudy, or foul-smelling urine may mean infection, dehydration, or liver and kidney issues. If these changes last more than a day or two, a doctor's visit is important. Another reason to see a doctor is sudden incontinence. If you suddenly start leaking urine when you laugh, cough, or move, your pelvic muscles may be weak. But sometimes incontinence is related to nerve problems or diseases like diabetes. A doctor can help find the cause and suggest treatment. Speaking of diabetes, frequent urination, especially at night, can be an early warning sign. High blood sugar makes the kidneys work harder, which leads to increased urine production. If you often feel thirsty and need to urinate a lot, especially if you also feel tired or lose weight unexpectedly, you should get tested for diabetes. Kidney health is also connected to nighttime urination. If you notice swelling in your feet, ankles, or hands, combined with frequent urination, it could be a sign of kidney disease or heart problems. These conditions require medical care as soon as possible. Some medications also affect bladder function. Diuretics, often called water pills, are used to treat high blood pressure or heart failure. They increase urine production, which can cause frequent nighttime trips. If your medication is affecting your sleep, your doctor may adjust the timing or dosage. Sleep disruption itself is another reason to seek help. If nocturia prevents you from getting enough rest, it will affect your daily energy, mood, and memory. Poor sleep can weaken your immune system and raise your risk of accidents. A doctor can help you find solutions so that you can sleep better. Age is also a factor. While it is common for older adults to experience bladder changes, it is not something you must simply accept. Many people assume it is just part of aging, but that is not true. There are treatments and strategies that can help, and your doctor can guide you. Family history is another reason to be cautious. If your parents or siblings had kidney disease, bladder cancer, or prostate problems, your risk may be higher. It is better to check early and stay safe. For men, prostate health is a key concern. An enlarged prostate can press on the bladder and cause frequent nighttime urination. If you are a man over 50, regular checkups are important. If you notice weak urine flow, difficulty starting, or the feeling that your bladder does not empty completely, you should see a doctor right away. For women, hormonal changes during menopause can affect bladder health. The drop in estrogen weakens bladder tissues and pelvic support. If you notice new bladder symptoms after menopause, talk to your doctor. Sometimes, bladder problems are linked to neurological conditions like Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, or stroke. If you have one of these conditions and your bladder habits change suddenly, let your doctor know. The bottom line is simple. If your bladder habits change, if you feel pain or if you notice blood, see a doctor. Even if the symptoms seem small, it is better to check. Early care is always easier than late treatment. Doctors can run simple tests to find the cause. These may include urine analysis, blood work, ultrasound, or bladder scans. Once they know the cause, they can recommend solutions. These may involve lifestyle changes, physical therapy, medication, or in rare cases, surgery. You should not feel embarrassed about talking to a doctor. Bladder problems are common, and doctors see them every day. Your health and your sleep are too important to ignore. So remember, frequent trips, urgency, pain, blood, or big changes are all signals. Your body is telling you something. Listening early can save you from bigger problems later. Taking care of your bladder is not just about comfort. It is about protecting your kidneys, your heart, and your overall well-being. Do not wait until symptoms get worse. If in doubt, see a doctor. We've just gone through some of the most practical habits that can help seniors reduce nighttime urination. From drinking water the right way to avoiding certain beverages, to building healthy bladder habits, each step can make a real difference. Remember, these are small daily choices, but together they can greatly improve sleep and overall health. Now that you've learned the key points, let's take a moment to wrap everything up, highlight the main takeaways, and remind ourselves why these simple habits matter so much. As we come to the end of this video, let's take a step back and look at the big picture. Nighttime urination is not just an inconvenience. It can affect sleep, mood, and long-term health. Many seniors believe it is something they must simply accept with age, but that is not entirely true. The body responds very well to healthy routines, and even small changes can lead to meaningful results. The first step is understanding how water works in your body. You need enough water to stay healthy, but you also need to manage the timing. Spreading your intake throughout the day, instead of drinking large amounts all at once, helps your body use fluids efficiently. It prevents your bladder from becoming overwhelmed at night. Another important step is limiting fluids before bedtime. By giving your body a few hours to process the liquids you drink, you allow your bladder to rest more during sleep. This simple shift in timing often reduces the number of nighttime trips to the bathroom. We also discussed the role of diuretic drinks. Coffee, tea, alcohol, and even soda can stimulate the bladder and make you urinate more. Choosing to avoid these in the afternoon and evening gives your body a chance to settle before bedtime. Building the habit of emptying your bladder before sleep is another simple yet powerful step. It ensures you start the night with less pressure on your bladder. Pairing this with light exercise and overall healthy movement keeps the bladder muscles strong and responsive. A healthier body supports a healthier bladder. And finally, knowing when to see a doctor is crucial. If changes in your habits do not reduce nighttime urination, or if you notice pain, blood, or other unusual symptoms, it is time to seek medical advice. Sometimes nocturia is a sign of an underlying condition. Professional guidance can provide reassurance, treatment, or solutions tailored to your needs. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Daily Wellness Focus. Your support helps us continue to bring valuable health tips to seniors and their families. Take care of yourself, stay consistent with these habits, and here's to better sleep and better health.